Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Lisa, the art teacher. Welcome back to my table of art. Today I'd like to build with you a beautiful Christmas tree, or paint I should say. I'd like to paint with you. But we're not going to paint with paintbrushes. No, we're going to paint with a different kind of tool. We're going to paint with forks. You know, the kind you eat dinner with. But we're not going to be eating with our forks. We're going to be creating the texture of all the pine branches coming down on our Christmas tree. Can you see all these great lines created by our forks? And even the star up at the top of the tree we created with the fork, and the stump at the bottom of the tree, all created with the fork. The prongs on the fork are creating texture, or the illusion of texture. Feels like the pine needles are actually coming off the paper. So what we're going to need for this is, of course, we're going to need a fork. Maybe even two. Well, if you have one, that's good, because we're going to use a washable paint, which is our finger paints. And what you need to do is pour a little bit in a cup, and we want to thin it out a little bit. Not too much. So you're going to add a little bit of water, and you'll feel it out until you think it's right, because if it's too thick, then it won't separate and show the prongs on the fork. So we don't want thick paint. We want it to be a little bit thinner, but you got to be careful how thin you do that. So we're going to need green paint, and we're going to use red paint, both washable finger paints, both easy to work with, both easy to clean up, which is my favorite part. I'm going to be sending you a fork, 2 Q-tips, because later I'll show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to use these to decorate. So we're painting with a fork today, and we're painting with Q-tips. Or I should say, I don't even know what the right word for these are. Q-tips is a name brand. These are cotton swabs. Yes, we're going to paint with cotton swabs. And I'm going to send you a nice big piece of glossy, it's this shiny white paper. So the paint kind of just glides right on it, ever so smooth. So, I want to get started. So I'm going to need my helping hand. Where is he? Hello? Helping hand? Here I am. Oh, he's so happy to be here and help us. So how are you? Oh, I'm just great now that I'm here with these kids. Hi, gang. How you doing? All right, guys, say hello to the helping hand, or else he's never going to do his job and leave us alone. Hi, kids. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. How is everybody doing today? We're fine, thank you, Mr. Helping Hand. Do you think you can just bring the screen down so the kids can see what I'm doing? Yeah, okay. All right, kids, I'll see you in a little while. I have to do my job. He's such a helping hand, isn't he? I'll see you in a little while. I'll be back too, kids, so keep an eye out for me. Oh, he's so funny. Okay, so here's our white paper, and here's my green paint that I've thinned out. So now what I'm going to do, what I suggest maybe your teacher might do, is let's draw a line right down the center of the paper. Use maybe a Sharpie, and then at the bottom put a nice X. You know why? This is going to help you know where to make the branches come out for your Christmas tree, so you're not going crazy blind looking to figure out where to go. Okay? So, you don't have to, okay, that's it. We don't have to, follow the line. We can just make the texture with the fork, but having a line there is a good guide. So I've got my fork ready, and I'm going to start at the top of my tree, and I'm just going to put it down and bring it away from the line. I'm going to dip it again into my paint, shake some of it off. I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'll make a little curve at the end, because sometimes the tree curves at the end. Do you ever notice the branches? They kind of like go up and down. Now you see I missed some spots, and that's okay. we're painting and we can come back to that. Start at the center and go out. Starting at the center and we're going, oops, out. This paper's in my way. And we keep repeating this over and over on both sides. Now I'm going to do the other side of the tree. What we're using is a fork to paint with. And it looks sort of like the branches of the pine tree. Now I'm going to turn it towards me so I can work a little bit better, because right now I'm working upside down. I like to leave my tree a little bit on an angle. You know why? It's easier for me to bring the branches out. Yeah, this is nice. I love this. I love the texture that it creates, the illusion of the texture. Look how cool that looks. Very organic looking. Really cool. And the branches come all the way down. So these are the branches that go side to side. But we also have some branches that come out straight from the middle. So we can't forget those. When we paint them, they're going to go straight down and then out. Down and out. Down and out. Down and out. Down and out. And you can keep doing this until you feel that you have enough branches in your tree. If you don't think you have enough, then you just keep putting your fork into your paint, dipping it in, and creating more branches. Oopsie, and be careful if that happens. Okay. I sent you a different fork. It's supposed to be heavy duty. This was not the kind of fork I sent you. This is one of my silver forks. I sent you white forks. They're heavy duty forks. Okay, so that shouldn't happen to you. So be careful though, just in case. Okay, now that I've made all my branches, I could go back in and create some more lines. And better if you start at the bottom and work your way up, because that's how the tree naturally would descend. The branches on the top overlapping the branches on the bottom. Pretty nice. I'm loving it. Let me put my fork in here. I'm going to start now with my red. And I'm going to start with the red stump of the tree. There we go. And even though my tree is really not dry, I could do this. It's okay. I would prefer that you let it dry. There we have it. We have the stump. And now let's go up at the top. And let's think. How do we make a star? Star goes up and down and over and out. So see, because it's not dry, the green and the red are mixing. But you know what? I kind of like it. Make it a really cool color. But I think that's enough for now. Ooh, I think I'm making it better like this. Ooh, look, it's starting to look more like a star. Okay, so that's the top of my tree. Now, remember I told you we were going to have some of these cotton swabs. Well, the reason for that is we're going to make ornaments on our tree. See how I have my little balls on my tree? And we're going to use them by dipping, or we're going to make them by dipping our cotton swabs into paint colors. So here's my paper plate. I have some yellow paint I'm going to squeeze onto my plate. And you don't need a lot because it's just a little bit of little balls coming on our tree. I have some red that I could put in. Just a little bit we need. I've got some yellow. Oh, I put the yellow out again. What am I, crazy? I'm silly, huh? I'm silly, Miss Lisa. Let's put some blue. What other color should we use? I have some white here. That would be pretty. And we'll put some white. There we go. Now what we're going to do, how are we going to put our balls on the tree? We're going to get our cotton swab and let's start with yellow. How about we start with yellow? And we make some Christmas balls with the yellow paint. Dip it in the paint and then put it on your tree. Dip and put on the tree. Now if this was dry, this yellow would show up better, but I'm rushing just so I can get this project done for you to get started with. See, on the outskirts you could see it. Now I'm just going to flip over my cotton swab and dip it in the blue. I don't even have to get the new one yet. I'm going to roll my sleeve up because I don't want to get it in the paint. Look how cool my star is turning out. It's like glopping at the edges of my star. It looks really cool. Very different. Very unique. I love different things. Interesting different things, right? Look at this. Look at us go. Okay, now I'm going to get the new cotton swab so I could use the other two colors that I have, like the red. And I'm just dipping and putting, decorating. Dipping and decorating. That's my motto. Dip and decorate. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over and use the other side of my cotton swab for the white paint. And you know what? It shows up. It shows up on my tree. And it looks really pretty. What do you think? This is fun. I like doing this. I hope you do too. Okay, now I'm done with these, so I'm just going to lay them in my paper plate. And look, this is starting to get a little wonky. Look, it's getting a little wonky, so I'm going to use my cotton swab to form the star. How's that? Oh, look at that. That's very nice. I think I did it. By golly, I think I did it. And you know what? I'm going to paint a little bit more with my cotton swab. I might even add some of the white or the yellow for the illuminating color. The light is shining. How's that? The edges of my light, my star, make it look like it's a light. I think we need to add a little bit more of this red paint. What do you think? So, let me bring up my screen. It's my turn. I got the job. I'm bringing up the screen. Yes, Helping Hand. Please bring up the screen. Okay. Isn't he excitable? He just loves helping. So, here we go. How do you like this textured, fork-made Christmas tree? I love this. I hope you love this. Take your time, enjoy it. Make lots of different lines in your tree. But make the illusion of texture. It looks like those pines are coming right off that tree, the pine needles. And I made this big giant star on mine, and you can make whatever you want on top of your tree. Hey, don't forget, add some packages like gifts on the bottom of the tree. Use your fork, use your cotton swab, use whatever you want. Just have fun. Enjoy the process. Enjoy your tree. All right, boys and girls, this is Miss Lisa saying ciao for now from my table of art. And you go and have fun. You stay well, you be good, and I'll see you soon. Happy holidays, my little friends. I miss you all so very much. Okay? Bye-bye. See you soon, guys. Bye-bye.